Increasing visitor spending must be priority number one for tourism officials. This suggestion from President of the Barbados Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Andy Armstrong. He was reacting to the recent central bank report for the period January to June 2011, which indicated there was an absence in the buildup of foreign exchange reserves due to a decline in visitor spending.
The reality is a lot of those people, they don't have the disposable income anymore. So if they don't have it, they can't spend it. Which is why it's important that we continue to look further afield, as we're doing with Brazil. And, you know, that's a long-term investment, but I think it's in the right idea to try and open up some more areas that we can bring tourists from.
Mr. Armstrong also says a Phytosanitary Act must be in place before local businesses can export protein products such as fish and chicken. The act will facilitate inspections that will ultimately prevent the spread of pests, unwanted plants and plant products.
We have a very outdated legislation, so that even if we want to sell protein products, which would be chicken or fish or dairy products to Europe, we cannot do it because our legislation is out of step with most of the world. And I was very pleased to see that the Minister had said that they really plan to bring something to Cabinet by August, because that's one of the things that can really do a lot to help us. Our productive sectors will be able to sell to the cruise liners, and I know we have concrete examples of companies that have contracts in their hand, and as soon as that legislation is in place, will be able to take advantage of it.
A 31-year-old St. Michael man has been remanded to Dodds Prison until the 19th of this month on drug charges. Roger Devonish of Phillips Road, St. Stephen's Road was charged with 10 offences in connection with a drug landing which occurred on July 5th at Sherman, St. Peter, where 380 kilograms of cannabis and 10 kilograms of cocaine were seized. In the meantime, a 23-year-old Jamaican woman has also been remanded to Dodds Prison until July 19th as well. Tamar Claudia Mills arrived on the island on the 12th of this month and was interviewed by members of the drug squad. She subsequently passed 17 packs of cannabis weighing 238 grams of the drug at the QEH. She was charged with possession with intent to supply, importation and trafficking cannabis. Well, it's the end of the road for photographer Dalton Jackman, who's retiring after 40 years at the Caribbean Broadcasting Corporation. Today was the last day that photographer Dalton Jackman went out on the road as a photographer here at CBC. After joining the corporation in August 1971 as a technical operator, DJ, as he is affectionately known, quickly built up a reputation for telling it like it is, even before he got the job.
One day, somebody called me, telephone company, and said that they want to come for an interview. So I thought it was a prank call, actually. And I'm Bayesian thing, something. Tell the person, I only got nothing to do with it. They come and call me, hop over and so and so. And I hang up. But the body called back and said, "This is Mr. Ian Gill. I'm the chairman of the CBC. I understand you just completed a course in television broadcasting, and we're looking for somebody to work immediately, and you were highly recommended." So when I realized that I hear the name Ian Gill, it registered to me. So I then obviously had to apologize and make some excuses.
His fondest memory was when the psychiatric hospital was on fire one Kadooment day. DJ says he was the only member of the media who was able to ease his way onto the property as other cameramen were escorted off. He says by hook or crook, he had to get the footage of the fire.
Being a photographer in some areas is, very trying, because when you get in a threatening situation, you need the picture because everybody home looking, they want to know what's going on. And the only way they can see it on CPC is if we photographers bring it. And they'll be getting the video.
DJ says as a photographer, there was never time to get bored.
You tell some people, one morning you could be with a pauper, and by night time you could be a king or president of the United States or somebody. That's how it is. I could be in Barbados today, 9 o'clock. By 12 o'clock, I might be out to one of the other islands or even further.
Something DJ wants to see changed in the media is the relationship with the police.
You go to the scene, and they got people there walking all over the place. In my opinion, traveling through the same evidence that the police will come afterwards and tell you that you are disrupting evidence. No, you as a photographer disrupting evidence, but all them people around there, so sometimes 20, 50, 60 people, they're not disrupting, but when they see the camera, all of a sudden it becomes a police scene. And that bothers me sometimes.
40 years, it's a long time to be working at one place. So what kept him going?
CBC has done for me what a lot of people would want to do. What was a hobby for me became my career.
Regarding his plans after retirement, DJ says after working all his life, he plans to travel and enjoy all it has to offer. And we wish DJ a very, very happy retirement. Well, coming up next, Andy Akili Thornhill and the latest sporting action.
Hello, good evening. I'm Andy Thornhill with the sports news. A strong batting performance is what Barbados will depend on when they start the WICB Regional Under-19 cricket campaign. A portion of the squad departed the island this morning for the July 18th to August 4th tournament in Guyana. And manager Livy Coppin told CBC Sports that the team's batting area is fully in check, but the bowling is still reaching its mark. Despite the lack of trial games, the team was selected through a 2-week preparation process at the 7-week School of Excellence, along with their performance for the Guardian Journal Barbados Youth in the BCA's First Division Championship.
I think that the fellas have done extremely well in the First Division competition. I think we have recorded something like 700 so far in the competition. So I think the batting is in good shape. Just the bowling is a little concerned about the bowling, but I think that with the preparation and whatnot that we will do when we arrive in Guyana, I think we'll be all right. We should be able to give a good account of ourselves.
With Captain Craig Braffett to join the team later after a good tour to the U.S. with the victorious West Indies under-19s, his deputy Mario Ramprasad says the guys benefited from the one-on-one training.
Without the trials, there has been the implementation of the Center of Excellence, and guys got training, like one-on-one training, personal training, and I think it worked for the guys tremendously because the attention was spot on them, and areas like for me, for example, areas that I know that it was weak at, I got help, and it helped a lot.
Ramprasad. Leaders CGI's Sandy Crest, Maple, are just 2 wickets away from a victory over ESA Field Pickwick after day 2 of the BCA's Lime Division 1 competition. Playing at 4 square, the scores Pickwick 109 and 95 for 8. They're really struggling. Ronaldo Paris has taken 5 wickets, and the Maple team were all out and struggling. At Queen's Park, Super Centre Spartan up against YMPC with Jabbar Niles on 101, but they made 101. As Spartan, replied to 96, declared their first innings at 254 for 6. Marcia Boyce has a report.
Having already picked up first innings points over YMPC last week, Spartan resumed on 127 for 4. The captain Jabbar Niles, who was 48 not out over a week, quickly brought up his half-century as they looked to push on the score. With him at the crease was Andre Gill, here picking up a boundary off Ryan Wiggins to take the score to 170 for 4. Niles and Gill would easily take Spartan past the 200 mark as the YMPC bowlers struggled to get a breakthrough. Not surprisingly, Gill soon brought up his 50 with this single. Shamar Cook replaced Wiggins at the southern end. No luck with the LBW appeal. As Niles got a bit of bat on it, he would come through to bring up his century. Spartan now 220 for 4. Looking to build a sizable lead, Gill would receive a lifeline as he was dropped by Wiggins on 54. No such luck for his captain as Steve Blackett would hold on to this one, bringing an end to the 4th wicket stand of 109. Niles was gone for 101, Spartan now 222 for 5. Gill continued to do his part, launching Nikolai Paris for 6. New batsman Dadrian Ford did likewise, bringing up the team 250 in style. 17 runs came off that over from Paris, Spartan moving on to 253 for 5. Gill wouldn't go on to make his century though. He was caught behind off Cook for 76. The declaration came immediately. Spartan 254 for 6, a lead of 158. Marcia Boyce, CBC Sports.
Now at the close on day 2, YMPC were 177 for 5. Now that's just a lead of 19. Dwayne Smith made 55 at Kane Garden. Ryan Hines also scored a century as ICBL Empire after the outright win over Garden General. Barbados Youth, well, they're chasing it, and they could very well get it. Scores, the Youth 109 and 210 for 8. Empire 311 for 5 declared. Hines made 127 not out. Kevin Stout got 79. Now, Romel Currency also scored a 10 at the 3Ws Oval. Scores there, Sagicor Life UV 146 all out and 188 all out. The Currency 102. Telebarbados Carlton 142. At Paragon, BDS Sports Program 190 and 92. BNB St. Catherine 179 and 26 for 2. And at Wildy, Lime 261 all out. Ashley Nurse got 80. Banks 199 for 9. Ruston Chase 51. Nurse also picked up 4 wickets, so he had a wonderful day. On to track and field, into the fast lane. Ramon Gittins finished 5th in the 100 meters at the CSC Athletic Championships in Puerto Rico last night. Gittins clocked 10.31 seconds in the final, which was won by Trinidadian Keston Bledman in 10.05 seconds. Now, earlier today, Latoya Griffith advanced to the final of the women's 400-meter hurdles. Griffith was the 8th fastest qualifier in 1 minute, 0.58 seconds. Well, that final is set for tonight. Tomorrow we'll have the result of it. Wishing Latoya all the best. Also in action in the evening session is javelin thrower Justin Cummins.
And a very good evening to all. And we had mixed weather conditions here in Barbados and indeed across the island chain. A few brief showers during the early part of the day, but it turned out to be a sunny Saturday for the most part. Let's now take a look at our extreme temperatures at the airport around 2. We got up to 31.7 degrees Celsius. The minimum temperature throughout the period was a chilly 23.9. Well, at 6 o'clock, skies were cloudy. The temperature was down to 27.9. The humidity stood at 82%. And the winds were out of the east-southeast at 22 kilometers per hour. And as I indicated, no measurable rainfall at the Grantley Adams International Airport today. There are 3 tropical waves in the eastern Atlantic, though, Barbados and the island chain. The one furthest away from us, just off the African coast, that is in the vicinity of 19-20 degrees north. The system is to the south of 18 degrees, pretty well defined at this time. This wave is due in the region sometime in a week's time. The other one is around the central Atlantic, that is around 42-43 degrees west. That too is to the south of 18 degrees north, and as you can see, not a whole lot of convection associated with this one, but that is due sometime around late Tuesday into Wednesday. Closer to home, right on our doorsteps, as a matter of fact, is another tropical wave. This was playing quite a tantalizing role all week long. It is in the vicinity of 57-58 degrees west. That is due to push across the Barbados and the island chain later tonight. Embedded in this cloud mass is a whole set of showers and thunderstorms. So we are expecting a deterioration in conditions here in Barbados and indeed across the islands later tonight. Showers and thunderstorms are expected. Now, the system is moving rather rapidly. So by midday tomorrow or so, most of the convection is expected to be to the west of the island chain, but there will still be enough energy around to continue to see cloudy skies, and we might very well continue to get a few scattered showers. Let's take a look now at our forecast and some stats. Sunrise in Barbados tomorrow will be at 5:40. Sunset will be at 28 minutes after 6. The tide situation, the first high tide 4:51 in the AM. The second is going to be at 5:46 in the PM. The first low tide 13 minutes after 11 in the AM. The second is going to be at 19 minutes after 11 in the PM. The seas, moderate in open water, have been creeping up a notch over the past hours, up to 2.5 meters, and we are urging small craft operators and sea bathers to exercise caution. The winds across Barbados and across the region, east-southeasterly to easterly 20 to 40 kilometers per hour, and there's a possibility of a higher gust near showers once the tropical wave moves across the area tonight. Our predictions for Barbados tonight, cloudy and breezy with some light to moderate showers and the chance of isolated thunderstorms tonight. And for tomorrow, partly cloudy to cloudy and breezy with scattered showers. For the Lesser Antilles, we're looking at partly cloudy to cloudy and breezy conditions, also occasional scattered showers and the chance of isolated thunderstorms as that tropical wave moves into the island chain.